The stream is live now. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this
Howdy.
is yeah, this is what is it? Week 5.
Yep.
We're in the final two games, and we got to. This is a big. We were talking about it before the game started. This has got a lot of implications on this one.
Yep. Muted can solidify their playoffs right here just by winning 6 rounds.
Yep. So
Uh,
you and I were talking. We both consider Muted to be one of, if not the best team in Pro League right now. And for them to just complete, like, if they don't win today, there's a chance they could be in the play-in, and that would be insane.
yeah. I'd love to see it, but
I, I
I'm a biased person.
You're an agent of chaos. I'm sitting here because just for everyone to know, we are going to be discuss. I'm going to officially reveal the plan after this game. Discuss what's going to be going on. Discuss how it's going to go. And as someone who has had to plan the play in and is going to be helping run it, I would love nothing more for this to all be done tonight. But it's not up to me. It's up to these teams. Uh, Thankfully, this is pretty much the full. These are the full 5v5 rosters, pretty much, except for one exception. Over on the side of Muted, which we'll talk about later, they have a replacement right now for. I forget which the Extreme. Extreme is being swapped out tonight for Leonidas in his place.
Yep.
Real quick check.
Uh, I say the comment on Danger Platypus's roster right here. It just needs a slight update. Messi has been quote unquote dropped for Mary.
Yes.
Uh, in in Messi's place. So Messi to Mary. So
Yeah.
still starts with M, ends with an E. E
M10.
sound.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
it'll be nice
Still
and
have
simple.
Fancy Sun. Still got Simon Swinging, Dynamite, and the Dark Backlord. I don't know if that's right. I think it's Dark Bacon Lord,
I
but
Look.
well
I mean,
we'll go with it.
we'll go with it. Dark Backlord. But So that's Danger Platypus. I'm not really familiar with a lot of these teams, to be honest. I know Muted a lot. I'm not really familiar with Platypus.
Yep.
But
And as we were talking with Muted, we have Extreme being subbed out today, and we got Leopatra, as I'm going to call him, subbing in today. So
yeah, I mean
that could be a buff.
we've
He
got
is of Egyptian royalty,
yeah. I mean
allegedly.
he and Bappo have played with each other before. They were on the same BroLeague team last season, and they're up against Simon, who was on their BroLeague team last season as well. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a friendly little rivalry here. I already told you what map we're going to, right?
Yep. We're going to cafe.
Are going to Cafe, one of my personal favorites, and a very fitting map for both of these teams. I know Muted likes it a lot, and I'm pretty sure Platypus likes it a lot as well. It's just a good map. Like it's a good map.
I mean, I don't hate cafe as much as I used to, but it's definitely on my go-to for
Yep,
for my you know, siege enjoyment.
agreed. All right, well, I don't really see any reason to delay. If you could do me a favor, please make sure you have like the Twitch open to make sure like someone's
Yep.
looking at the comments, making sure that people can hear us properly or whatever. I'm
Yep.
also gonna swap the stream real quick just to stream you game proper. But if everyone's ready, I think we get going because we already have the teams in. I know a Broly game that's actually going to start on time. It's crazy, crazy thing.
All right, time to see a dope be banned from someone, more than
It's
likely.
going to be muted. This is my predictions are it's going to be Valk and Doka be banned, and I think we might see a Cade ban. To be honest,
Uh, uh, I don't think so. Maybe if Thatcher's banned, Cade will be banned, but I think
I don't know. Maybe I do know mute on the side of muted. They really like running that Cade. There is the Thatcher ban, so I could absolutely see Cade being banned now because I know it's one of Boppo's personal favorites.
yeah, I feel like Dokubi's definitely, as far as attackers go, has the highest ban rate, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
see her banned again.
There's Doka.
Uh,
I mean, she's just so strong, and she's about to, like for some reason she's being buffed.
yeah,
For
You
those
know,
of
so
you
you
who
just
don't
need to.
keep up on patch notes, now in the new patch, if you hack a phone as Dokubi, you get another one of her rings.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. I did
I
not see that actually.
I don't know. First, Ying basically got buffed constantly until people played her, and then she got nerfed into the ground. It looks like we're gonna be doing something similar with the Kaibi.
Yeah.
We do see the Solus and the Mira ban, so I was completely wrong on my defenses. I thought
Yeah.
Noval. I mean, Solus is very strong for the side of the defense, especially on Cafe, considering how much soft flooring there is.
Yeah. I say I just hate trying to like set up drones with a Solus on the board. Solus just makes the prep phase as an attacker, especially on a map like Cafe where it is just like a tower and it's very tough to rotate your drones around vertically. So, uh, because it's such a box.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then Cade being left up, uh, I think that's smart by the defenders.
The only
It's
reason I
nice
thought
not having
Cade,
it, but
because I thought that would be a target ban because Babo is a Cade enjoyer. But
ooh, we're seeing mining off the rip.
yeah, a bit of a shocking first bomb site. Here's something else I like. This for the side of Platypus, they locked in their defenders quick. They knew what they wanted to do on this side. They understood the assignment. Oh, suppressor and hollow. I love this game.
Oh, and we already know what Mutant's getting ready to do. So,
yep, we have the swap from the Nook over to the Amaru. The question is, do they have a lot of drones on site? They do have that one right there. No one saw it. No.
They're just gonna set up to just hop in the window because they reinforce all of the white walls. So like,
Mary, there's a drone. Mary, there's the drone right there.
oh my, he just doesn't see it.
Yeah, it just doesn't see it.
The debris could be a client side.
Yeah, it could be a client-side debris that's causing an issue. It does look like they might be planning on going just a full rush. I mean, that's what you would do with the Amaru in this situation.
Yeah, Amaru's gonna go underneath and just pop up the hatch.
Oh, they're definitely just going for the rush.
Oh, Ying's just walking up white. Not what I would expect out of this, but
There's not a warden here, so those Candelas are going to do a lot. I guess the main question here is, I guess this wouldn't be too bad for this if this is a rush because they have to plant in dining, and dining is just not a good place to plant. But it's not really set up properly. Oh, we have movement. Oh.
And Ying's saying that Amaru is in the site planting it, and the question is if they know this.
Amaru is planting. I don't think they know that this plant is going down, and now that that plant's down, I mean, this round is effectively over. They have crosses set up everywhere. There's not really much the defense can do unless they get some lucky picks here.
Oh, he might long arm this. He's gonna try it.
He is going to long arm it. They get the one pick. They get two.
They don't know it. He got this. Wow. 5D chest off of dynamite there for the defuse.
Wow.
And you know, I like it. I like it so far.
I really like it.
I said they got away with their got away with their quick plant. Doing it a bit of a different way than I would have done it, like walking up white. But as far as like the Ying goes, but unfortunately the plant doesn't guarantee the round win.
Oh, and apparently no diffuse sound. That is the worst feeling in all of Siege.
Yeah.
No diffuse.
Yeah. Probably too many sounds going on at once, because I know that's one of the issues with Siege is like if there's more than like X amount of sound effects going on at once.
Like if there's still Ying Candelas going off, if there's like whatever, you're not gonna hear that diffuser going out. And on the same thing, if you're repelling and stuff and you're hearing a lot of gunfire, you're not gonna hear that diffuse, the counter diffuse going.
Yeah, just typical Siege audio moment.
Yeah, just what you gonna do?
Looks like they're setting up to hold a strong horizontal hold only Jaeger for the catch, which is a little bit tough, but like, I'm wondering if the Warden is gonna be the one playing VIP then.
Possible. That is what it sounds
Yeah.
like, because that's the word putting the shield down, so that's exactly what it is.
Okay, so looks like Jaeger's gonna go waste time upstairs. Oh yeah, he's all the way upstairs.
It's all the way. They're gonna be up here pretty much to prevent this top down fast. Although this is looking like another almost complete direct push.
Yeah, I said that is usually the best way to deal with the horizontal, because if you take all that time to clear top floor, and they're holding horizontal, then you use so much time. And then you have like so little time to clear out those shields and VIP, which they were able to get very quick with the Flores drone. So, and both ADS is gone.
Like Flores is so strong a lot of the time, is because unless they're bringing a mute, those Flores drones are just gonna be able to do whatever they want. Then if they play above, Mary is still not giving up this position though. They know how powerful this position is. Oh, but no, he's pushed all the way up on a co-check window. Oh, it's going to catch. Can't hit shots though.
Yeah, Dynamite knows he's there, and just a question if there's any support elsewhere. The Dynamite is getting aggressive. He tags him, takes a little bit more damage.
I'll try and smoke out a little bit. Smoke maze goes a little wide. Dynamite cannot push up off of this. He's in a really rough position. I hope his teammate is rotating. His teammates are rotating. Oh, nice.
Mary will take out Dilly.
Nice shot from Mary. They have to know that this Nook is still in that co-check.
Yeah, I think it's just Dynamite on site. There's 3 people upstairs. Because Alibi was holding prep holes. Goyo's on the red stairs, so... Jaeger's also upstairs as well.
They definitely know that this player is still in co-check. And the question is, I think they just play passive here. There's no point not to.
Yeah.
They still have vert control if they need to. There goes Falam taking down, and then...
That's both site players gone. That's,
Oh. That's full site control. We have plant going down again. And one plant cut off. Wow, a round that I really thought that Platypus was in a strong position, they just start losing their gunfights. Falam wins all of his.
That's the first round for Muted. I guess the biggest things would have just been like, I think they needed more holes above like bakery, like the bakery breach.
Mm-hmm. I think they just need to
like,
get back to site a little bit faster too. Like,
yeah.
As nice as that whole setup is, it doesn't really do you much when you lose your players on site and then everyone is stuck off of it.
Yeah, because they had the hatch open for a fallback. I said that there was no one playing Whiskey to support Dynamite. Mary did rotate over to like, get a pick, but it wasn't the person that was harassing Dynamite from Code. So, but we'll see them rotate to top floor now for their third defense.
Yep,
site.
Third defense. Now keep in mind, Cafe is a defender side, not attacker side. So it is a defender side of the map. So if Muted can get out of this, like if they win one more round, really, they're feeling in a good spot. Winning 3, they're right on pace there to get what they need. They just need 5 more rounds to clinch playoffs. They don't need to do anything fancy. Don't need to do anything crazy. Get the rounds you need. Get out.
Yeah, you gotta leave Fancy to the other team because they do have the son of Fancy. It's Fancy son.
Ooh, a mistake on this defense. They full reinforced bathroom.
I think that's some teams prefer that. Just because it makes it holding pixel. You don't have to worry about getting shot from like freezer. You hold that spot and you're safe.
It's true.
So.
I do like these setups we're seeing from Platypus. They're doing a very good job overall on these defenses.
Yeah, I wonder if they have like maybe not full setups, but like enough of like enough of a setup to like be able to get a little crazy and make it quick.
Yep. If they are gonna get one of those Selmas off, they whiff both of the impact EMPs. So that wall is staying closed unless they get someone back on that window.
Yeah, I say they... Because there's the mute jammer tucked in the corner, and then there's the one on the other side of the drone hole.
There's the mute jammer right there, and then there's the mute jammer right here. So that is... if they can't get that wall open, that's huge.
Yeah, but muted are known for their aggressive play, so they might, I say that, and then...
Yeah, muted are known for their aggressive plays, huh?
Yeah.
I don't hate the play there. I do think it's unnecessary, though. Knowing that that wall's not going to be open, there's no real reason to do what just happened. Mary is contesting a little bit. She needs to play her life. Oh, but she doesn't realize that there's someone over on the vents back there.
Yeah, they have piano control now, despite not being able to really get the wall open. Bacon Lord will take out Dilly.
They didn't realize Cigar was not clearing. That brings it down a little bit, with Fancy Sun getting another. It's still very winnable for both sides, really.
Yep, that was the Vents player. Looks like he's gonna go retake White Stairs. They're opening the freezer wall. 40 seconds left. Not a bad spot for either team. Danger Platypus does have the C4 on the board, so.
Does seem like they know too. Oh, Fancy Sun gets a second because of Balam. He gets the third.
Yeah, Fancy Sun with the fancy play, like we were talking about.
Fancy
Maybe needed to get fancy, but not
get all fancy.
I say Leonidas is on cam, and he will just be C4'd by the Dark Bacon Lord.
So it is Bacon. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I've played against Bacon, both in a BroLeague match and in like I think 1 or 2 scrims. So that's why I was confused by the Back Lord. Like, who wants to be the Lord of Backs? I want to be the Lord of Bacon. I want heart disease.
True. So we're going to be going back down to that mining and fireplace. Muted have looked. I don't know if I'd say either team is really pulling away just yet. Platypus is 2-1 on their entry engagements. Muted has done a good job of keeping these rounds close. They've gotten their plants down. They've already got 2 of their 3 plants down. The problem is they didn't really do a very good job of holding that first plant.
Yeah.
So their team play is really good. Their coordination seems really good. They just can't seem to. They can't seem to stop Platypus from punching back.
Yeah, I think the issue with the plant was on that first round was because they planted in that corner because they could have, if you planted most of the other spots on the site, they could defuse it like that. But
yeah, since they planted in that corner, he could shoot it open right there and then sit behind that indestructible little wall.
Yeah, because there wasn't really a great spot for him to plant instead. So it looks like they're going back to mining. You know, their Muted is going to go for a more direct attack for this one. So
yes, I'd have to imagine that the Amaru rush we tried it, we didn't get it. Let's just move on to the next one. Move on to the next try, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yep. Did they have Capcan the first time they held the site? I cannot remember. I wonder if that's
yes, they had Capcan. They had Capcan because remember I made a comment on the suppressor.
Oh, okay.
Fancy Sun staying at 5-1. Dynamite still looking for his first kill, although he did have that ninja defuse. Over on the side of the other team, we've got Bappo, Leo, and Dilly. You have to find their first. But Balam and Rock are all combined are 8. Open, and we might have the first engagement here, as Simon is the one who's currently playing off in cock. We saw nothing.
Yep.
First nade comes out from the sledge. Will not hit. Oh, but Rock picks up the first kill onto Fancy Sun. That's huge.
Yeah, it might be another engagement soon, because Capcan was in the bakery. He is shooting in the back, and will take out Rock, equalizing at 4-on-4.
Yep, that's a huge pick. That's a huge pick for both sides, because that's nades gone from the side of Muted, and that's also one of their players that actually has a kill. Well, am I seeing this right? We have people already down here in library right now.
Yeah, I think the Azami might have heard the sledgehammer. So
yeah, I have to imagine that on the side of Platypus, they know that they've lost control of sight pretty much. But the question is, does Dynamite fully know? That's C4. Don't drop Dynamite. Don't do it. They're watching. Or they're not. Looks like Sledge has vacated the premises. Mary's going to pick up Leo.
if that's Case dropped outside, still a 3v4 in the favor of Danger Platypus. Although Bappo might be able to get a kill if this Capcan walks up unsuspecting. Sledge is pushing him from below, so he's gonna have to take a gunfight one way or another. Doesn't seem like slamming up, and he will be slammed there. That's Case dropped again.
Yep. Just didn't
Jack
have any
was
idea.
dropping round to fight.
Just didn't have any idea of the Capcan waiting down there. Now Capcan might have a third. Dynamite picks up Dilly. And Will. The Dark Bacon Lord.
Yeah. That's the dark part, is hiding in the corner. That's the rat play. The Bacon Lord, that's another thing entirely. round 3 for Danger Platypus.
Yes, Muted is going to take a timeout. That does not shock me. That attack was that attack was by far their worst.
I think they're just getting the jitters. At this point, they're just, they're a little shy. They're struggling.
They understand.
I don't know if it's droning.
They understand and know how important this game is. They're a team that has really performed well this entire season. I believe their team is the best overall highest rated team. And for their entire regular season to come down to this game, that's got to be nerve-wracking. That's got to be painful as a team.
Because they are in control of their own destiny right now.
Yep, but
and Destiny seems to be in a bad spot.
Yeah, they're Platypus. Platypus are fighting for the same thing right now. Platypus need these 3 points. If they get these 3 points, they make the playoffs. They don't have to go through the play-in. They don't have to stress about that.
Danger Platypus is playing to win, and Muted is playing a bit more not to lose, kind of thing.
I feel like that's a pretty good way to put it. Like, we saw Platypus jumping out that window on their third defense, taking those aggressive gunfights. Platypus, they want to lose on their terms if they're going to lose, or they're going to win. And so far, man, they're playing really well. They're playing really smart Siege.
You Looks can tell like they're running the kitchen again, but with no Jaeger. They're bringing the Mute instead. So
I don't hate it, because they know that the Flores is going to be brought again, and that Flores has already been basically picked instantly because they're fully aware. They know they're going back down. But I mean, look, if Platypus managed to win this round, and then let's say Platypus closes out their defenses and make it 5-1, they just need to win 2 of their attacks. You don't need to have perfect attacks for that to happen. You just need to have the standard attacking half on Cafe.
Yeah, Cafe, some sites can suck to attack, especially with certain lineups from the defense. But it's not undoable.
I think Warden saw that drone, thought they got it.
Yeah.
It went away. I'm sure Palava's gonna be very happy with the fact that they haven't lost that drone. But even though they didn't lose that drone, how many drones do they have? I think I saw 3 of them get shot. That's a lot of drones gone already.
See, the HUD showed 2 were gone, but it's still all 5 on the things. I don't know.
Oh, this is a beautiful cam that they have right now in code. Did he find it? Oh, but Goyo just found one. Now they are focusing
on holding horizontal a lot stronger this time.
I'm honestly shocked we're not seeing a top down, because this is the round to do it, and it looks like the difference that Platypus has made is that they have a lot more people ready to react to a sight push. Dynamite taking out another cam. I mean, you've droned a lot. You know their positions. You know how they're set up, and there's no real push. I mean, all we have is Leo took a lot of damage. Is that going to get the shield? It does not. That's rough for that shield. Never mind. Shield doesn't matter. They realized there weren't any ADSs and they went for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Without any catch, I think the best counter at that point is just your guns to stop those nades. So, but only one nade left on the side of muted. So.
This looks like Simon is going to be playing a bit more close to sight as another nade goes in. Does not look like it can. Flashbangs will, though, and Goyo will be caught out. He will be downed. He might be retrievable, though. He is going to be retrievable. I mean, this is still, for all intents and purposes, a 4v5, and this nade is going to catch the bacon. Two beautiful nades from Diana, but now you gotta get this wall open. You gotta get something going. The wall's about to get open behind you. C4 will down the floor, but they'll stand up.
Yeah, he played a game of whack-a-mole there, and the mole whacked back.
Boppo will get the refrag though, so this is, for all intents and purposes, a 1v4. Boppo is going to get this plant down. Simon's going to start working his way down slowly. He needs to find a couple picks quickly, but it looks like Muted is not going to give it to him. And there's Rock picking up his third of the round. First one with his gun.
Yeah, so they have the kitchen site figured out on the attack. I feel like the defense just needs to play a bit more together on the kitchen. Just being able to swing off. I don't think there's anyone playing Whiskey. Because if someone's playing Whiskey, Rock can't nade as cleanly from that window. Kind of thing.
Right.
So.
I do agree. I do think having that roam, once you realize, and you can realize pretty much within the first 15 or 30 seconds of a round, hey, there's literally no drones coming upstairs. Let's get back down to first floor. There's no point for us to be up here, really, or at least both of us.
Yeah, I say one person like holding like prep holes or any sort of vertical holes. That's fine.
Rock and Roll sitting at 8 and 3. Beloved sitting at 4 and 3.
Yeah, Rock really wants this.
He wants to avoid that plan. I think, though, regardless of how this all shakes out, I think we can all kind of agree this has been the best regular season of BroLeague we've had in very long. I think ever. It's at least been the closest, in my opinion. Like, what, we had one division that went... Oh, speaking of divisions, by the way. I guess I can talk about that during the play-in. But we had one division that had a 4-way tie at the top. We had 4 different teams finish with 3-2 records with 9 points.
Looks like Danger Platypus is just doing what they did once more. Seems like Muted is bringing a lot more explosives, like long-range clear, to deal with the Wamai and the castles.
Oh, he's gonna get this. Oh. Oh, they're scared. They know something is wrong. No, they baited it out. And that's when the second C4 comes up.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, that's their only C4.
That is the only C4 on their entire side, so that's going to be it for them. Oh, this is a from the castle.
Yeah, Fancy really wanted to style on the gridlock there, but
they want to take this momentum back. You know, they want to go into their attacking halves being up 4-2 instead of being tied at 3-3. Yeah, they're on the way there. Mute jammers. Will they be able to get the mutes this time?
Yeah, if they at least EMP the bottom right corner, they can at least get that one off.
They are going to get it this time. And that should destroy that mute jammer. And it does. So that's taking walls open this time. That is a huge change for the chat. While I'm watching that drone, bottom right, he might be planning on maybe doing a walk up there.
I say it looks like he's on the piano rappel.
The red pings with this drone means that the Jaeger and this Axel are going to know that they've been spotted out. I'm beginning to see a problem here, though, Parm. Can you see what the issue is right now with this attack?
They haven't really taken any control. There's a minute 10 left.
There's the minute 20 left. I mean, they do get the first opening pick officially, but no one is actually inside the building yet on this for the attack. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got our first entry. There we go. The Ash has pushed in.
Yep. I think they know that Dark Bangalore in that the humidor. They're not taking any chances.
Ooh, takes the shotgun fight, does not win it. I think the marble probably took a couple of those bullets to make sure that wasn't a down. Seconds left, though. Dynamite is in his position to watch the skyline. I don't think he was going to get an opportunity to kill anyone from it, though. Fancy Sun is still underneath. Mary is the only one who's holding Whitehall right now. This is a rough position. Mary will be picked up by Rock. Now it's down to Fancy Sun and Dynamite. They are all that's left. They know where these players are. Dynamite picks up Dilly. That's a huge opening pick. Fancy Sun manages to pick up Rock. He has white stairs control again. That's going to be the gridlock. Gone. They're getting this plant down. Oh, they know where the plant's going down, but they can't stop it. Castle's going to go on the flank. He gets one. He can't get the second. That's Falam with another kill. Falam looks like...
1v1. Yeah, Dynamite versus Falami in the 1v1.
Yeah, he needs
Whether
to
or not one can find the other quick enough. They're both 1 speed, so...
Yep, but Falam is in just an absolute power position right now, and Dynamite's running out of time. He needs to make a play here. Oh. Oh, and he picks it up! He doesn't have the time because he pulls out the camera!
Oh!
He pulls out the camera, so he won't have enough time to defuse. No.
That is unfortunate.
That is...
Along with, like, the fact he didn't do any damage at all to Bappo through, like, that
yeah, no.
thing.
That's...
That's a wall that needs to be, like, pre-opened to begin with, but it's unfortunate, because it's an even scoreline, sure, but Danger Platypus definitely had the better half.
Yeah, they don't had the better half.
Have anything to show for it, so.
I mean, now Muted, they just need to win 3. 3 rounds is all that's separating them and going to the playoffs without having to worry about the play-in. We'll see how these attacks go for the side of Danger Platypus. I mean, that last round, like, Dynamite's gotta be upset with himself if he just doesn't pull out the camera, and there's gonna be some people who remember a certain cafe map that's going to make fun of me that I was spectating that. Oh.
I can't say I didn't,
instantly think of it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh,
that'll go in the BroLeague Season 4 montage.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Dynamite. I mean, he does pick up 3 very huge kills. That is a round they should have won, even if it's not going to go on the scoreboard. But I mean, you know, Muted, they've got to be feeling good, man. Like, 3 attacks on Cafe when it did not look like they were going to be able to get 3.
It looks like rotates really aren't set up. They only brought the castle and 4 impacts, and site setup is still, like, way behind, so.
Site setup is super behind. I don't know what... He's going to his drone.
I feel like that was a very,
inefficient way to do that? Yeah, but I mean, you know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's trying to line up the nade.
Ooh.
Does not. Unfortunate. I was wondering what he was doing out there, but I appreciate that. This site setup is not even remotely close to being finished. I mean, I guess the only thing missing now is that rotate right there, but that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I guess the big thing is maybe they're just, you know, farming them walking in. They do have 2 C4s, Balcony and Pulse, so.
Dude, they're going to get that open.
I say someone needs to peek the new bout patch, because there's someone right on the other side of that.
This is very risky having your diffuser player being the one who's first entry on red stairs, but Simon picks up the opening pick onto Dilly.
Unfortunate. He was just trying to get back. Simon just shot through the barricade, just like you would when you want to open.
I think that's exactly what happened. Oh no, ticket wall is... Oh, it's not bugged. Okay, that was just a visual glitch. I thought there was going to be a strip of it left, but that is not the case. We do have the Pulse underneath, but the Pulse is going to be picked by Dynamite, and Dynamite's going to pick up a second. That's so huge!
Yeah, he must have... Either they had a pre-placed drone, or they just heard a Pulse and or Valve. so they were just ready for like T4s.
Leo's
He is
gonna
going for a nade from below. Doesn't hit on that one, so he's out of nades. He's gonna have to join the team or flank up white. 5v1 now.
possibly a flawless round, and that's a flawless first attack from the side of Platypus.
You know,
I mean,
maybe Dynamite wasn't meant to hit that nade. Maybe it was like some sort of like ancient ritual to get like a triple kill.
Maybe. I mean, you know, it hurts a lot really thinking though. Now they've got to be thinking, man, if I just didn't pull out my cameras the last defense round.
Yeah, they'd be 5-2. Dynamite just took it on the chin. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get more rounds.
Yeah.
This is my game.
Yeah, Dynamite
That's
basically just went, I cost us that last round. Don't worry, guys. This next one's on me. And he did. Huge 3 kills. Huge 3 kills. First 2 kills, he gets the pulse from underneath, and then he gets the guy who goes for the refrag on him as well. And that's huge. We have Clash. Oh, okay. I changed my vote. Muted bringing Clash. I instantly don't want them to win anymore.
Yeah, this is the typical Dilly donut, and he wants to just bring Clash. He is hiding himself though.
Are you familiar with how Dilly plays?
A little bit, yeah. Him and I go way back.
Do you have anything to say about Mr. Dilly and his donut?
I'm thinking Duncan. That's all I'm thinking.
You know what? Actually, that sounds really good right now. Like some Chipley's or some Dunkin' Donuts.
I say, my place of employment, we have like a bakery department, and our glazed donuts are really good. So I'm fine with something as simple and affordable as that.
So it looks like they're doing a very, very strong bakery hold here. Are we going to see a top down? And we will see the top down coming out from Platypus. That's exactly what. That's a really good call in my opinion. Get control.
Well, they closed off freezer, so like,
yeah,
they're not holding it from VIP like the drop, so they might be able to just take it for free.
Exactly. That's. I mean, do they even have any roamers? Rock is in coat. Boppo's on site. Leo's on site. Balam's on. They have no roamers. This is a full. You can take full control of this top floor, and you can just start. You can just start renovating. And I think that's what Platypus has figured out really quickly.
Yeah, they need to start opening up things soon, just because it's already a minute gone in the round. You want to have at least a minute of your soft destruction.
I think they're starting to move though. Yeah, we already see Dynamite moving down white. They're just doing one last check, making sure everything is clear, and now it looks like Simon's going to get to work. It is going to be a Cade Claw. They're not going to be able to get that from above. They don't really need control of Bakery though, so it's not that important for them. I'm sure that we'll see a C4 prep pretty soon.
As long as you cut off the prep, make so they can't do anything.
Oh, that won't pick up anyone, so the only C4 left now is in the pocket of the Cade. Balam get cheeky little peeky. Are those Habana pellets opening up the floor? They are. They have not opened Kitchen Hatch yet, by the way. That's something they probably want to do. Or, not Kitchen Hatch, sorry, Freezer Hatch. Unless that's the job of the Buck. No, it's not.
Well, I say Buck does have hard freezers, so.
It does. So they're gonna, I think what they're doing right now is they're just making sure, it looks like they're just gonna open up Freezer proper. Oh, and Bacon will pick up the first pick. That's the Clash gone. It's huge. How did that happen?
Bappo taking some damage as well. Does Dynamite know about this guy front door?
Oh, they'll know about it
now.
No Jaeger's stuck there, and Bacon's gonna pick him up. That's a huge double kill from Bacon. 30 seconds left, though. And do they have Freezer Hatch open yet? They still don't. Do they realize this isn't open?
Yeah, that's just bugs.
They know now where that They know now where that mute is. They need to get that hatch open, and they need to get it soon. They have. It's 15 seconds. They got a lot of opening picks, but they have no sight control at all. And there's Balam picking up one. He won't pick up the second. Bacon will pick up a third. Dynamite will be shut down. Balam will shut down another. We're just now opening. Oh no.
That was a just really bad.
That was a really bad execute.
Yeah.
I think I think they did not realize they didn't get the hatch open.
Yeah, I say, because all you have to do is just drop the hatch.
Yeah, if you have more than one person drop that hatch, you kill that mute. and then you just get the plant down. But instead, they had to force their way through. Like, they eventually got the hatch open, but by then, like, you just have to flood, and there's nothing you can really do about it. That
Yeah,
said, eh, like, those rounds happen sometimes.
yeah. It does hurt to see from a spectator
Mm-hmm.
POV.
Attackers need to locate
Dynamite
and
paid
defuse
me
as many
off.
bombs as they can.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a 4-4 scoreline, but it really feels like it should be 6-2.
Yeah.
I mean, they only have 2 more rounds to like steal away from Danger Platypus.
Platypus has to win 3 rounds. They cannot go to overtime and feel comfortable. Because if they go to overtime, they have to basically hope that Deus loses in regulation.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, if both teams go to overtime, that's a okay result for both teams.
Well, only if Danger Platypus wins.
That is
because otherwise they're stuck in 4th, and nothing else will change. Besides maybe like the 5th and 6th seed, or
yes.
and a little bit of the top 3. But
I mean, here we go. This is where we see which of these teams, 4-4. Both have had dominant rounds. Both have had rounds that they've let slip away. See who's tougher mentally. One thing I have noticed from Muted is they do seem to be a little scared right now. Their roam they didn't have a roam at all last round. They don't seem to be very confident in the fact that they can win these gunfights right now that they're taking.
yeah, I mean sometimes when you're like 0-6 or 1-6, you just kind of you start playing way different than you would normally, and that usually doesn't help your that doesn't always help you out in getting out of that slump. Is that nade gonna hit? Nope. ADS right there on the reinforced wall.
I'm sure Kolam is silently just going. Theo takes some early damage. We'll get the C4 off, but it's on concrete. That is sadly not actually destructible. I know it looks like wood, but it's not. But that one will hit the mark.
Yeah, pre-play C4 off map, but that takes the hard breach off the board. Does hurt. Not the most important site to have a hard breach in
Get that,
on
but
this map.
Dilly was
On the board.
Dilly
with
gets
the
a
super
second. Dilly now waking up. If Dilly is awake right now, then that's probably going to be the end here. Oh, let's await the worst possible time, but still picks up the kill on Bacon.
Wow, he
Oh.
wow, that was. This is a timeout right here. There's no way there's not a timeout right now.
So we caught that in 4K, buddy. But we'll see what Platypus do here. I mean, it's Muted just need one more round.
Yeah, they just get one more round. They can just throw for the next.
Mm-hmm.
That they can just make this last as long as they want.
Yep, because it will not matter. One more round, and they have locked in their spot in the playoff. I don't actually know. Do they have the head-to-head tiebreaker over flankers?
Yep,
they do. So they would at worst be second seed. Because if Ayazot win, unless they we'll see.
Attackers need to locate.
We'll see, because if they win in regulation, they get 12. Muted looking much better. Easily their best defense that last round.
Yeah, probably their best, or if not, maybe not the best, but one of their better rounds of this game, where it felt like all things were firing. Danger Platypus has really been shooting themselves in the foot with like just.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 different rounds now that we can point to and say those should have been wins for Platypus, and that puts them at 6.
5 seconds left before insertion.
That puts them at 6 and Muted at 3. But can't go back in time. You can only go forward.
Yep. Say, looks like they are fixing a lot of the issues with their last bar cocktail hold. They're not playing so. There's no pulse, no bow. They actually have rotates, which is definitely makes things easier. So they're playing more together upstairs, seemingly.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit.
You have the Nook coming now. This is a bit of a desperation pick from the side of Platypus, though. Is this, we don't feel like something has been working, we need to make a change, or is this a legitimate... Alright, I'm a Nook gamer, we know what we're doing here. Oh, no. Is there another... Nope, the second one will go through. Will be tricked. It will be impact tricked.
It took out a drone, too, with it, I think. Oh, no. Just
maybe
they got
not.
off the drone at the same time, so...
But Platypus needs to kind of recognize real fast that, is this really worth using the utility to get rid of this Azami? Because right now, it would take a lot. That Azami is dug in like an Alabama tick, as the saying goes. And they have support as well from...
You's going for the peak on White, and he will be put down. Fancy son. Not taking too kindly to that.
He will get put down. That Azami barricade did not go off.
Yeah, I say... Yeah, it looks like Knock... Ooh, Dynamite gets one nade pick.
Dynamite gets rocked now. That's huge, actually. It's a lot of pressure now on the side of this defense. Muted really don't want this to get stressful. They really want to just close it out here. But it does not look like it. Does not look like at all. This is gonna get closed out right here.
Say 5v1. Chad is getting flashed.
They know where this last player is. Is this gonna be a flawless round from Platypus?
Yeah, Barry's starting to plant, you know. Way away.
Yep. You know where he is. Just plant a cocktail and make him come to you. Now you can go for the kill. It will be flawless. That's both of their top floor attacks are flawless rounds for Platypus.
Yeah. It was a very clean attack. Like, it was a little slow to start off with, but, like, they just took underneath and just naded from below. That's, like, the best counter to the Zombie Wamai stuff. They didn't even nade those players from below, but, like, they were just like, we'll just nade everyone else from below.
Also, yes, I'm aware I got a Steam invitation stream. I'm not. I just felt like I should mention it. And the reason I said desperation at 5 and 4 is because Platypus really can't afford to be dropping those points going to overtime. Like,
yep.
If they get the full 3 points, they're locked in, no matter what happens in the next game. If they're not, they're relying on 1, winning in overtime, and then 2, you Ayus cannot get a single point in their game tomorrow. So
yeah, they would be tied with Muted if they win in regulation, and they'd have to tiebreak over them. So
we'll see. Muted are going back down to Kitchen. This was a site that Muted did win last time, but as you and I mentioned, they really shouldn't have.
Yeah, hopefully they get the hatch open this time. They did have the means to do it.
They had the means to do it for basically the entire round. They didn't until the last 20. So hopefully, you know, they get a little bit focused. But, you know, if Platypus wins this round, next round is gonna be stressful for both sides.
Yeah. They do have presence upstairs. Well, I guess originally the Jaeger was up there with Mozzie. Mozzie might still be lurking upstairs, but...
Maybe. I'm enjoying watching this. Do they not have a shotgun?
I think Mute had a shotgun.
I think Mute does not. I think Mute has the MP5K.
Okay. Alright, so Mozzie's no longer top floor. He just went back down. So
like
it is a 5-man horizontal.
Yes. And it does look like they're just going to go ahead and do that top-down once again. Their top-down was really, really successful last time. Like, they just really slow execute was their only real problem. And looks like, we'll see how fast they drone it out now. I'd have to imagine it's going to be in their minds again, like, hey, they really didn't have anything up here. Let's take this fast. And it looks like they are taking this fast. I mean, Dynamite's already down. Mary's dropping. Bacon's in. Fantasy's in. Silence in. They're just droning this out real quick, making sure that everything is good, but they should know pretty fast. Hey, guys, everything is good. Oh, almost got it. No, sir.
Lucky about Simon swung his drone into that pass.
Yeah, but now they're gonna make sure that it is clear. But I really hope they start moving a little faster because they're running out of time. Get the hatch open. Please get the hatch open. Please, someone get the hatch open. Please, someone. Okay, they are getting the hatch open instantly this time. Good. And for anyone who wants to say, oh, this is... what was I gonna say?
I don't know what you're gonna say. I'm a little confused myself.
I'm saying, oh, this is just him clearly rooting for Platypus. No, I don't like seeing teams lose rounds over small little misplays that they make. Look like Dynamite's gonna be our first engagement though. Does he know this Mozzie's here? He does not.
Oh,
He does now, and he'll take
poor Dilly tonight.
Poor Dilly and Leah will fall now too. Quick 5v3, 30 seconds left. If they realize they have control of this site, they can just go for this plant as fast. I mean, is there really anyone on the side of Muted to stop this plant? There really isn't.
They do have a C4 on the board, but I think the C4 is in code.
They might just start... No, it's not. It's the Jaeger once again. Standing over in coat, pushed up a little bit. He will take the head off of Bacon, but he won't take the head off of Dynamite. And now, you'd have to imagine... Yep, there it is. Going for the plant now. Simon's covering. Boppo picks up one. Palam picks up the other. But they will have control here. Now Fancy Sun on the site, all on his lonesome. Mary picks up one, and now it's a 1v1. Mary is in a very strong position, though. There's really nothing that Palam can do up there. Can't get the kill. We are now 6-5.
It looked like he just turned away from Mary on the vertical.
Well, Mary had two different verticals they were bouncing between, I think.
Yeah, I say the Habana there, was it Fancy?
Yes.
Okay. He about put the round into a little bit of a pickle of peeking. In that situation, as a Habana, I'm just sitting in that corner and I'm just playing audio, and hoping that that's one of those rounds that you lose in ranked and you just everyone's just quiet in the round in the comms afterwards.
This is it. If Platypus win this round, they will make it to the playoffs, and Muted will have to sweat it out tomorrow. If Muted win this round, they will clinch the playoffs, and Platypus will have to sweat it out in overtime and then tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, so Muted's finally changing up their kitchen defense. They are going for... It looks like they're going to be holding VIP. They open up the free throw wall. So they're going to need to, take more... the Danger Platypus is going to need to attack more directly. Which they might end up doing. They're switching to the Flores. This might just be a full-on, bakery take.
Possible. This is the first time we've seen them bring this Flores on this first floor, I believe.
Yep. I say they brought the same lineup for both kitchen attacks, so
this is it. You know what makes this even more insane is, oh, that's a huge first opening pick. Mary gets picked off by Boppo. That's the buck gone.
Yeah, it looks like they were still going to... Okay, so they're still taking top floor.
Yep. Going to do this top down, it looks like, but do they really have the time with how much droning this is going to take? I guess now you can always set up a drone now and have Mari just sit on it. I mean, that is such a huge opening pick to basically start this round off in a 5v4.
I don't think anyone's actually entering the building. I think they were... Okay, so Simon just entered the building. They were just all droning, so that's some miskeys with the droning. Or just the map control, say.
I'm actually curious, did they set up Freezer? Yes, they set up Freezer to specifically drop the push this time around. So doing a top-down really is not going to work as well as they would hope probably this time. Now they're just holding. Muted knows that they just need to hold now. They don't need to overswing, they don't need to give up any free picks. Oh, this is...
Yeah, the thing is, they're just taking way too much time. It's under 50% of the round left. They're just starting to sledge now.
Mm-hmm. There's a mute jammer on that shield, so you're not going to get it, and Rock picks up Bacon now.
Yeah, it looks like he crept up and got a pick.
It looks like Muted decided, you know what, alright guys, we need to stop doing anything cute. Let's do the setup let's do the setup that we know works. And so far, I mean, it's working really well. They got aggressive early, got that opening pick, and now they're just sitting back. They could not peek the rest of this round and win it, pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna take some hero plays from the side of Danger Platypus to clinch their playoff here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Now again, they could still go to overtime and win, and then get the 2 points and make it so that they would rely on something tomorrow. As Rock is taken down, that's Dynamite getting that pick, equalizes a little bit. He has coat check control. Oh, he almost gets another over on Whiskey. This is a problem though because they don't really have any time. Oh, he sees the Lamai, he'll clip him once, but he won't get picked up. Bappo will pick him up. Now, I mean, they're just gonna have to face check everything now. Bappo will pick up his third, a huge round from Bappo, and that's gonna do it. Muted have clinched their playoff spot.
Yeah, that's gotta be a bit demoralizing on the side of Danger Platypus there. And a huge sigh of relief for the side of Muted.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Second time or only the second game that's went to OT.
Yep.
All of the season. So
it's unfortunate for the side of Platypus because, you know, you start thinking like our first kitchen attack, we had no business losing that. And then, you know, Dynamite's got to feel the worst out of all of them after that round where he doesn't defuse in time because he fat fingers, but, you know, that's the way Siege works. It doesn't all come down to one round. There were plenty other times for Platypus to get what they needed.
Yeah, it is just tough. The energy's probably sapped out a little bit. I mean, and you still gotta play. You still gotta get just for the chance because they do have tiebreaker over
right.
Eosate.
And even if they don't end up getting the full points, they want to make themselves. I think they already might be. I think they're at 7 points now, which I don't think either of the other two seeds can match. So they are locked in. At worst,
Yeah,
they will be the 4th seed for the play.
Yeah, they're 4th seed.
And you also got to keep that in mind. Even though they've lost this round, they still have an absolute shot. You can still easily make the major from the play-in. For Platypus, is it going to be you make the major tomorrow through EU SOT not being able to close it out, or do you make it later on in the play-in by winning a best of 3?
Yeah, I think they can do or they can be successful in those best of 3s. This is their first time playing with this roster with Mary, so they're, you know, this roster has had like probably the most changes and the least stability out of any in BroLeague. So
I agree, and I've been so impressed with how they played tonight. I've been really, like, no matter how this ends, they can hold their head high. Muted, for a lot of us have considered Muted to be, at least you and me, by a lot of us, I mean the 2 casters in the booth, have considered Muted to be the best team in BroLeague. Or, if not one of them. And I mean, they've taken them blow for blow. Like, it's those little mistakes. Those little mistakes have cost them those rounds. We'll see now how they... This is going to be a real test of their mental, though. Can they rebound? Understand, hey guys, you know, we just need... we can't get the 3, we can't clinch tonight. Let's make AU sweat tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, that's all that matters. Just the hope of, like, you know what, we might still be able to take it is enough.
Oh, but they fall early to the Avera of Dilly, who almost picks up a second and will pick up a second on the Dynamite. Here he's gonna drop. Oh. And jumping out is the Cav. Is there anyone even really?
The hell away.
Oh no, the Cav is gonna get away. I can guarantee that Dilly is laughing like a maniac right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, the double cap can.
Yeah, I say his team would have had a lot cleaner of an experience if he was doing this before overtime. But
Yeah,
now that he's allowed to do whatever he wants, he's just gonna.
Yeah, now I guarantee the call is now from muted. Like, hey, you know what? Let's have some fun, guys. We did it. The stress is over. Billy, you want to play Cav? You can play. I'm glad I saw that. But Bomb's gonna pick up 1. He's gonna pick up 2. It's all down to Fancy Sun to see if they can't win this attack. I mean, and not the end of the world. You'll just go to your defenses now as Falam. The team captain for Muted when they need him most. 16 and 7.
Are you sure? I thought Rock was the.
Why did that end at 7-6?
Oh. El host. Paladin moment. Ooh, they're cooking you.
That's
They're cooking
uncalled for. I already said El host though, so I thought I set that to 2. Yeah. So here's. I'll go ahead and inform them what we're going to do real quick. A bit of peek behind the curtain. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set up just a real quick best of 3 with the score set up correctly, okay?
Okay.
So everyone
You're an idiot.
I am an idiot. That's uncalled for, though.
We need to rehost so you can change the settings,
yeah,
right?
I'm going to rehost real quick. So we're gonna go on a technical pause. We can still talk during it while I'm getting this, but just let's talk about how much of an idiot I am for not setting that up correctly, huh?
Yeah, not only does he get on cams in tense situations, but he doesn't host correctly.
I don't host correct. I think I've had the most host failures.
Yeah. Some people are the hosts with the most, others are the hosts with the toast. And it's like not good toast, it's like completely burnt. Like left in the toaster or toaster oven for like 10 minutes. Like your house is on fire. That's the kind of host we're getting right now, Paladin. I'm sorry. I am cooking you. Or rather, I'm toasting you. In this specific scenario. Yeah, I believe so. I think the setting that you need to have for future reference is overtime score difference of 2.
Yes, that is the one that I messed up on. So I'm going to real quick. I'm just going to set this up so that it's going to be a best of 3. So 3 rounds, swap after every round. Whatever.
I say they know what sites they can and cannot play.
Yeah, if I see them try to go the same site, I will just instantly be like, "Hey, buddy, don't do that." All right. The name of this is going to be Paladin's Dumb too, because man, that's a really hype. I mean, it gives an unofficial timeout, I guess, to Platypus. So
yeah, I say bans were Thatcher, Dokkaebi, Solus, and Mira. So
yeah, I'm going through and inviting them real quick. They can invite their teams while I set up the rest of this. Yes, I know. Bans were Thatcher, Dokkaebi, Mira, Solus. All right. And then team starting as attackers would be blue. So then that would be sure.
I say I think they defended reading. All right, I will be right back. All right, I've returned. So I was trying to figure out what the issue was. Like the dogs were like, I don't know if there's like a turf war or something going on outside. I think there's just someone in my family outside of the house, and they're just pissed because they're not inside. So. Not the best host ever. I know. Yep. No. It's still in the tech difficulties. But it might still be in the 90 seconds. Okay.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Set up the location.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good thing to go ahead and do. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna see a quick plan. Monty's gonna drop Skylight with the case, plant. Amaru's gonna zip into heaven while that's all going down with the Ying and the Gridlock and the Lion Scan. And Amaru will get like a kill or two. Or die, but part of the distraction. Danger Platypus doesn't have much to counter this. They do have a BP that watches that general area, so that might be what they're like looking for to counter. And they do have a C4, but yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the Monty's gonna drop with the cover of smokes and Yings on and plant right below the Skylight. And Amaru is just gonna zip in heaven.
Apparently my mic was muted. Was my mic muted for that whole discussion about the play-in? Did anyone hear anything about the play-in?
I did.
I know you did. So you get the sneak peek. Someone in chat tell me, did anyone hear anything about the play-in?
Alright, they're zipping in.
They're zipping in. They're going to get the first pick eventually from on Dynamite. This plant is going to go down. This plant's going down fast, and this plant will be down. Mary does pick up Dilly, but Rock picks up Mary. But then Simon picks up Rock. But then Fancy picks up Boppo. This is big. I think we do have a slight problem, though, is someone very specific is on the roof still. Two people actually are on the roof still. There's no real way for the defense to safely go for this diffuser. Yep. That looks like it's going to do it. Because Chad is just going to poke his little head up here, and now there's no time. So muted. Win in overtime. So that means our entire bracket, well, not the 5th and the 6th seed are still up in the air, I believe, but besides that,
I think there's some mobility between 1, 2, and 3 as well.
There's some mobility in 1, 2, and 3, but we know roughly who's making odds.
Yep.
Alright. But that's it. That's the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a heck of a way for both, like, neither team should be at all upset with how that game went. It was a good game. It was a really good game. But now we can. All right. So I was muted, so no one heard anything about the play-in. Awesome. So.
You hate to see it.
You do really hate to see it, because now I have to go over it all again. So, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Can't do it on OBS though, actually. So I guess I'll just read off the paper. I'll be sharing a Google Doc in general chat later. Pretty much, I'll probably be sharing it. I don't know if I want to officially share it tonight or until tomorrow, until the last game is over, so we have everything finalized and we know everything. But so first things first, Ghost Eyes. I'm sure a lot of you know that we have a 4-way tiebreaker right now, or 4-way tie. We have 4 teams at 3 and 2. So the way that we went about going through those teams is we couldn't do head-to-heads because, you know, you have 4 teams. You can't really do head-to-heads. Nothing comes out cleanly from those. So what we ended up doing was we looked at round differential, overall round differential for the whole season. So all 5 of their games, first seed from round differential was Hobbsville Smokies at +10. So they had a +10 round differential. So they will be our first seed from the Ghost Eyes division. So congratulations to them. They will receive a bye in the major. They have locked themselves into the major. They should be very proud of their regular season. Next up in the second seed spot, who is also locked in their spot for the playoffs. So originally, I'm going to say it is Booty Bandits at a +3 or +4. I forget which way. They had a forfeit that would have given them a +7. It wouldn't have made a difference. They would have been second seed regardless. What we ended up doing was we gave them a +4 instead, which is roughly what BroLeague does. BroLeague for forfeits only gives +4 in terms of round differential to make it fair, because, you know, not every team gets a freebie like that. Regardless, they still ended up being our second seed, so they will be the second seed for Ghost Eyes come Major. And finally, the third seed for Ghost Eyes that has locked their place in for the Major will not have to play the play-in, is going to be Heart Breachers, my team, at +2. The team that will be sadly going to the play-in, despite the fact finishing with a 3-2 record and having a very successful regular season, is going to be Modest Militia. Their round differential was ±0. So they will be playing the play-in as the 4th seed. Your 5th seed is going to be Super Soakers, and your 6th seed is going to be Cold Ones. Now, what this means, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the play-ins. We've talked about, oh, Paladin, when are you going to finally explain the play-ins? I've been busy, but I've typed up a Google Doc, like I said, that I will share either tonight or tomorrow night. I might do it tomorrow night just so I can have everything on the Google Doc filled in. But basically, for the play-in, we are bumping down. Instead of having 2 weeks to schedule your game, we are bumping it down to 1 week. I understand that is very tight, but as long as you can get 3/5 of your team for your game, we want to make that work because we don't want this season going like the season is already going to go on for a while with the Major being 2 weeks long. So we're doing the play-in 1 week apiece. So what that means is the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th seeds are going to play one another in this week. So starting Sunday, May 21st, all the way until Sunday, May 28th, you need to play a best of 1 against your opponent. What that means for Ghost Eyes, Super Soakers, and Cold Ones, you two need to play a best of 1 in this next coming week and get that settled. As long as you can have 3/5 of your team for the game, schedule it. If we have to do subs, we'll have to do subs. But if you can't get at least 3/5 of your team for the game, contact a mod, either myself, Hobbs, or Mosey, and we'll see what we can do to fix that solution. After that, the winner of that 5th and 6th seed game will go on to play the 4th seed. So, like, let's say Super Soakers, Cold Ones. Let's say Cold Ones wins. They move on to play the 4th seed, which is Modest Militia, in a best of 3. And the winner of that best of 3 will move on to the Major and start in the lower bracket of the Major. So we don't know with Wolfguard. Wolfguard, we do know. We know roughly who's going to be where. We know the 3 teams that are going to be in the play-in. We don't know what seeds they are. We do know what teams are going to be in the playoffs. We don't know what seeds they are. We do know Danger Platypus is going to be our 4th seed. They cannot go any higher than 4th. They cannot go any lower than 4th. So Danger Platypus is the 4th seed. They will not have to worry about this upcoming week. We do know Moss Murderers and Gummy Gooers are going to be those 5th and 6th seeds. It doesn't really matter which one they are, because no matter which one they are, they're going to play each other. So I will make an official announcement tonight, at least, saying Moss Murderers and Gummy Gooers, you guys need to schedule a game. Super Soakers and Cold Ones, you guys need to schedule a game for this upcoming week. Actually, you know what? I might post this Google Doc tonight, because there's really nothing that would really change, because we know roughly where everyone is going anyway. So yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Feel free to reach out. But this is, we're excited about this play-in because we do agree that it has been a very short regular season. We do wish that we could do it a little longer. We started off having it too short, and by the time we realized the issue, it was a little too late. So we figured this was a good solution. So yeah, I'm going to post the Google Doc tonight. I'll actually go ahead and do it in the Discord right now while everyone's sitting in there typing all their GGs and things. I actually need to save it, but yeah. My voice is really shot. But yeah. Do you have any comments, Parm? I don't think you've actually seen the Google Doc, so.
Not that I know of. So.
I think you have.
Oh well, unless it was just the bracket, then I saw that in the board.
Yeah, you saw the bracket in the
okay.
Board of Trustees, I think. So.
Yeah. So is there a lower bracket from what I'm guessing, like a loser's bracket?
There is a loser's bracket for the official playoffs.
Okay. That's what I thought. So.
Yes, for the official playoffs, there is a loser's bracket. I don't know why
and the 4th seed, whoever wins the play-in gets into the loser's bracket. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Actually, why am I sharing a docs? Let me just share the actual Google Docs. because that way I can edit it if I need to later. Quiet marks. Because I also need to insert the actual picture of. Let's see, Wolf playing Danger. All right, so that should all be correct.
Okay.
That's how the play-in is going to go. So congratulations to the teams that have made the playoffs. Teams that were not or had a lot of shakeups, don't worry. This is your chance. I'm really excited, to be honest, to see Cold Ones versus Super Soakers, because as I can testify, Cold Ones are looking pretty strong. Like they got their first win against my team. Also, because we didn't get to stream that game. That game ended up being 7-3 in favor of Cold Ones. So
Yeah. They had a great sub on the side of Cold Ones. I don't know. I don't remember what
yeah, gee, I
his
wonder
name
who their
was.
sub could have been. I wonder if he just.
Uh,
I wonder if he completely embarrassed me a couple times with some of the shots he hit on me.
Yeah.
But
the world may never know.
The world may never know. I am a senile man, apparently. But so, read over the document. It should. I think it does a pretty good job of explaining how everything's going to go. If you have any questions, like I said, my DMs are always open, or just also ping a moderator in the general chat. We will get to you. We will talk to you. But as it stands right now, congratulations to the teams that have already clinched the playoffs, or don't need to worry about this. For the play-in teams, like I said, Super Soakers and Cold Ones, you guys have a week to schedule your game. If you cannot get at least 3/5 of both teams in that game, talk to someone. We'll see what we can figure out. Same for Moss Murders and Gummy Goers. You guys have a week starting from this Sunday. If you guys can do it, if you guys can do it earlier, if you guys can knock it out this Saturday, I don't think anyone would have an issue with that. We want to get these games done as quickly as possible and moved on to the main event that is the major. So, congratulations, everyone. And on that note, I think we're officially signing off.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow because I'm casting that game for some freaking reason. But Parm, thank you for joining me tonight.
Yep. Always a pleasure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream now. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Have a great night, everybody.